If you're playing the open, I can't hear it.
To launch FanStream Sports.
Oh, there it is.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into the Friday edition of the JP Peterson Show, a very, very special edition of this show today. We are out here live at MacDill Airfest 24. Man, this is a scene. If you have never been out to the MacDill Air Force Base for this absolute celebration of flight and our great military folks, it is a bucket list item. You got to do it. The opening ceremonies will be right after we get done at noon. And it's going to be one hell of a day. And there's a reason why we're here today at MacDill Air Force Base. And we'll get to that here in just a little bit. We got some great guests for you today. New York Knicks legend John Starks is going to join me. He's over here signing autographs right now. There he is. Say hello to the folks, Johnny. So we're going to get him on here about 10:15, along with Michael Gardner from Hydrate Heroes, who is our new presenting sponsor. So we're very, very excited about that. We're going to get to the Rays opening day. The Bolts continue to roll, and they got a big game this weekend against the Islanders. We'll hit that. March Madness last night. Some very interesting games. So Johnny's going to weigh in on that. And, of course, we will be talking about the Rays and the stadium issue as well. We got to shoehorn that in. A lot of comments were made yesterday. So, we have to correct all the false narratives. We got to do our job here. So we won't spend too much time on it, but we got to get to the things that matter. So good morning to you, Tim Ham, from our DSP Dallas affiliate. How are you?
Good morning, JP. Good morning, Tampa Bay. It sounds like you guys are having a heck of a time out there at MacDill.
Yes, it's already crowded. I mean, the opening ceremonies don't start till noon, but people start filing in. It's only going to be about 200,000 people here today, Timmy. So,
wow.
And it's interesting because it's the people on base. You come and you get up here to the flight line, and the Thunderbirds are going to perform. You see a lot of different aircraft performing, doing all the air show stuff. But all around South Tampa, the Tampa Bay fills up with boats because the Thunderbirds are going back and forth over the water, so they can catch that show as well. Everybody's out on the rooftops in downtown. The jets go out to downtown, loop around, and come back to MacDill Air Force Base. So even if you're not here, the Airfest is going on. Know it's going on because it rumbles through the houses of South Tampa and even St. Petersburg. You can see as they go out to that side of the bay. Mm-hmm. So it's all encompassing, and it's a great celebration. For many years, we didn't have it because of security reasons, because CENTCOM and SOCOM are right here on base. But now it's back, and it's absolutely fabulous. It's one of the, and the weather is just perfect today. Not a cloud in the sky. Perfect visuals today. Temperatures right now in the low 60s, going to climb to the mid 70s. So could not ask for a better day. And a incredible crowd expected here at MacDill Air Force Base. Nice. So, all right, let's jump right into it. As the Rays opening day yesterday, full house of 25,000 at Tropicana Field. Started great. Yandy Diaz, leadoff home run. Eflin 1-2-3 first inning, and you're like, oh, this is going to be a breeze this year, as we always do, right? With opening day, we put way too much importance on it, and of course, things kind of unraveled from there. Vlad Guerrero Jr. hit one about 450, but people think it may have been closer to 500. That was a bomb. And the Blue Jays just teed off on Eflin. He was fantastic through 5 innings. He was almost perfect through 5 innings. And then third time through, they got him. And it all blew up, and it ended in an 8-2 loss for the Rays. So not a great start because they need Eflin to be the guy. They need him to be the horse that he was last year, led the American League in wins, career high 177 innings. Stuff looked good early, but that's just a couple of mistakes. And against this Toronto lineup, which is just, top to bottom, it's tough with Bo Bichette, who always has at least 2 hits against the Rays. Hometown kid. It's just Springer, the whole group. They even get a home run from the 9 spot. So, this is what the Rays are going to be up against all year long. If it's Toronto, it's an incredible lineup. And And Barrios, by the way, their pitcher yesterday was nails. And when you watch this Rays offense yesterday, it looked a lot like the Rays offense of the postseason. And without Josh Lowe's bat in there, without Wander Franco's bat in there, without a real, legitimate bopper that they could have gone out and gotten in the off season, there were plenty of guys out there. This is what it looks like. It's pretty anemic. And I know it's one day. One day. But and when you start stacking it up against the lineups in the AL East, you saw what Soto did last night, offensively and defensively, right? You saw, and you saw what Baltimore did. This is going to be a very tough division. You got to have some offense. You got to have boppers. Now, these guys were great during the regular season last year, so it's not the end of the world. And it's only one game. Hopefully, they'll bounce back again today. But when your ace is on the mound, 8-2 is not quite what you expected. It's not quite what you expected.
No, you expect a lot more of that. We had a little bit different outcome here in Texas as the Rangers sort of continued where they left off in the postseason with a 10th inning walk-off double by Jonah Heim to walk off the Cubbies last night, 4-3. It was a good back and forth. The Rangers never led the entire game. They'd come back and tie, then they'd give up a run. Come back and tie. The Cubbies went up 3-2 in the top of the ninth. The Rangers tied it in the bottom of the ninth, and then in the 10th, Jonah Heim, who, by the way, had to make amends for himself because he was trying to argue a foul tip at the plate that allowed a runner to score from second base while he was arguing the tip with the umpire. Inexcusable, by the way. But he comes up with the big double in the top of the 10th or the bottom of the 10th to allow it. But I wanted to bring up real quick, JP, I don't know if you were aware of what was going on in Oakland on opening day. Did you see their opening day attendance?
Yeah, I heard the fans stayed out in the parking lot.
So I have a picture of the stadium, and this is at first pitch right here. An empty, whatever they call their stadium now. Just nobody there. It's an embarrassment to the league. It's an embarrassment to you know what? That's a pretty storied franchise too, right? I mean, they've been around for freaking ever. And that's just, everybody wonders, why are they moving? Well, there you go, right there. It's just a bad look.
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, can you still hear me, by the way?
Yeah, you're good.
You're still good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's, at some point, I would love the Rays fans to do something like that, and we'll get into the stadium situation here in a second. But it's sad. It's so sad. The leadership in the city of Oakland has been terrible, not just in baseball, but just look at the city, how it's just crumbled, San Francisco as well. And it shouldn't be happening. I mean, the A's are a proud franchise. They have a dedicated fan base. But when you have an owner like that, or an owner like Stu Sternberg, how Major League Baseball allows this stuff to go on is beyond me. And, the days of sitting back and waiting for, I say that as St. Petersburg writes a blank check to Stu Sternberg, but those days are over of cities just paying for the entire stadium. And, these owners have plenty of money. They got plenty of money to build their own stadiums. I mean, Jerry Jones is a perfect example, and that's not even baseball. He doesn't have 162 game schedule or 81 home games. You can make money. You can make money building your own stadiums, but these guys are always looking for public handouts, and they're greedy, and they just want to get as much money as they can, which is exactly what's going on here in St. Petersburg. It doesn't benefit the community. It doesn't benefit the baseball fans. It doesn't benefit anybody but the owner. And it's mind-boggling, and look what the fans are doing. I mean, they want to go to baseball games. They want to give you money. All they ask is for some basic respect, a public-private partnership. We've seen this happen in Atlanta. It's perfect. You build, you move the stadium to where your fans are. What a concept. You get a public-private partnership going, and you build a battery, and you pay for it as you go, which is exactly what they want to do in Tampa. I'm reading again today, and we'll kind of dovetail into this. And I see, look, and I love, as human beings, Matt Silverman's a great dude, and Brian Auld, I've known him for years, and the top brass for the Rays. But I hear him come on yesterday, and they're saying, oh, we've got so much public support for this. It's unbelievable how much public support. No, they don't. No, they
Where?
don't.
Yeah.
And every poll you've ever, yeah, exactly. I'm like, pointed to it. Oh, there's a lot of editors going to a lot of letters. They had letters to the editor a couple weeks ago in the Times. 27 of the 30 letters were negative. You know, you go on the Instagram page on the stories about the stadium, 85% of the comments are negative. 75 to 80% in any poll I've ever seen of fans want the stadium in Tampa for obvious reasons. I mean, 80% of the League of Women voters, we've given this stat before. They did a poll, 800 of the 39,000 they sent out, 800 sent back responses, and 80% of the voters said no, we don't want it because of the deal is so bad. Do they want baseball? Sure, but not at the cost of $2.4 billion to the taxpayer, which is the real cost. And I know you keep seeing $1.3 billion. Go to nohomerun.com. The guys that we've had on the show, the Raymond James executives that have done these deals and all these huge urban redevelopment deals, they know what the numbers are. The cost, the pure cost is $1.3 billion. The other costs, like the money you're not recouping that you could in a true redevelopment, you add that to it, you add the interest costs, and you're up to $2.4 billion. This is nothing but corporate welfare for a billionaire who has talked crap about the Rays and St. Petersburg for decades about how it's not a major league city. And suddenly it is because they're giving him a ton of money up front. And I see these narratives again. Oh, Hillsborough doesn't have any money. That's not true. Talked to Ken Hagan the other day. The deal is still on the table. If they want to pay as they go and they'll make more money over time, a true private-public partnership in the middle of the market. And folks, this gets twisted too. Everybody thinks, oh, I want it in Tampa. I want it in Tampa because I'm along with the 80% of the fans, because that's where it should be. That's where baseball will thrive. It doesn't thrive in St. Petersburg. We know this. We've got 30 years of evidence, and you're going to build it in the same stupid location. It's nuts. It's in a place where you don't need baseball. St. Petersburg, the city of St. Petersburg, doesn't need a baseball stadium. They need a convention center. They need more affordable housing. They need to just keep redeveloping their incredible downtown. And the few people, about 3% of the people who actually go to the games in St. Petersburg, I mean, that's the real number when you look at it in terms of population. Those people can cross the bridge and go to Tampa if they want to go see a Rays game. It's not like they're leaving town. And the whole idea, if they don't build it in St. Pete, they're leaving, is complete BS. It's complete BS, another false narrative. MLB has always said the stadium needs to be in Tampa. The only reason this is getting done is because you have an overzealous mayor that doesn't want to be, quote, the guy who lost the Rays, which is it's just silly. It's just silly. You're not losing the Rays. They're going to the other side of the bay where they belong. And that's no knock on St. Petersburg. You don't need it. So it's just, and all the comments yesterday, and Stu even, he was honest about it. He said there are huge hurdles. These two votes in the county commission and the city commission are huge hurdles. His words, not mine. So to act like this is a done deal is ridiculous. It's not. To act like, and the whole fact that they've kept all the negotiations secret, the numbers as secret as they can keep them, because it's a boondoggle. That's why they're doing it. And once this all comes out and it's creeping out, we're doing our part to do this. Now, folks, I don't want the Rays to leave town. That's the last thing I want. We just want them to do it right. Don't make a mistake and do it wrong like they did in Miami. You pay too much for it. It's still in a crappy location. Nobody shows up. You got the same problems. Can we not make the same mistakes that Miami did? I mean, that's just dumb.
That's a perfect example of what not to do, right? Yeah. It's the perfect example of what not to do. Yeah.
And people say, look, baseball doesn't work in Florida because we've never done it right. We've never done it right. The Marlins played in a freaking horrible baseball stadium for decades. And then they moved it to a horrible part of town, a terrible location, built a nice stadium, but for $2.5 billion. I mean, ridiculously financed. And now here we're going to do the same damn thing. Moronic. It's moronic. So hopefully these people come to their senses and Major League Baseball gets involved, gets the greed out of this equation and the money grab that Stu is doing, in my opinion, and do it the right way. That's all I want. It's not for me. It's not for anybody else. I don't, if they go ahead with it, great. They'll build it. It'll fail. And I feel sorry for the taxpayers. You're going to 30 years. You're going to be on the hook for this awful deal. And it's $700 million in stormwater drainage that needs to be done in St. Pete. Well, good luck paying for that when you got this on your books. The beach renourishment, all the other things that you need, affordable housing. Good luck paying for any of that with this on the books. And most of that money is going into the back pocket of a billionaire who is literally ripped the city for the last 10 years, saying it's not a major league city. It couldn't be more idiotic. But all these silly articles. There's really an article written yesterday of like, oh, if the Rays stay in St. Petersburg, will more people come? No.
Why would they?
Got 27 years. Oh, it's a new stadium. But we all know that wears off in 2 years, maybe less. No.
Yeah.
And then in there it's like, well, studies have been done that it would dramatically more people within a 30-minute. Why don't you print the actual numbers times 2.4 million people within a 30-minute drive of downtown Tampa, 650,000 in St. Petersburg, where you're going to build it. To even suggest that, oh, we don't know if more people will come or not, depending on the location. Would you build a restaurant within 30 minutes of 2.4 million people or 600,000, Tim? What would you do? Where do you think you'd get more people to come to your restaurant?
I think I would go where the bigger numbers are. I'm not a good businessman, but there you go.
It's bananas. And all the, and to hear all the stuff yesterday just makes me crazy, because then you look on Twitter and people are still, propagating the same false narratives that the Rays have been spouting for decades. But hopefully the city, the word we're getting is that there are 3 folks on the city council that are no votes. Mm-hmm. If there's one more vote, it's done. So, but that's going to be, that'll be tough. We'll see what happens. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back on the other side. John Starks is going to join us. Michael Gardner from Hydrate Heroes is going to join us. We're out here at MacDill Air Force Base. It's a beautiful day. Come on out today. Come on out tomorrow and enjoy Airfest. And we've got some great news coming your way, so stay with us.
JP here from my friends at your local Synovus Bank, and I do mean friends, and I do mean local. One of the local managers in Tampa is John Acosta, big fan of the show, and I've known him for over 40 years. He's been in local banking since 1983. You talk about developing relationships. You don't stick around for that long unless you're doing things the right way and have a great reputation, and that's the focus company-wide at Synovus. Big enough to handle any complex international transaction, but small enough to answer the phone when you have an urgent question about your business or personal account. And for personal accounts, they have a very easy app that works great. You can do everything online. And for large or small businesses, you will get that personal touch and services to help build your business, taking your dreams and aspirations from the whiteboard to reality. We can make that happen. Let us show you how. For a get-acquainted meeting to open a business or personal account, just call John or go to synovus.com to find out where your local branch is. Everyone knows Italiano Insurance is your go-to for home insurance, but they also have an amazing team that focuses on business insurance. Yes, your business is most likely your biggest asset, so make sure you have the right coverage at the most competitive price. And if you started a side hustle recently, don't forget you need business insurance, because if you get sued in this over-litigious society we live in, you could lose all your personal wealth. So get that business insurance. And for the best customer service, always choose Italiano. My representative, Charity, is amazing. I called her late on a Friday because my insurance was going to lapse. She stayed late until the job was done. You just don't find that anymore. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. That's 813-877-7799. Italiano Insurance. JP here for the Geddes Gordon Real Estate Group and our good friend Jane Geddes. Folks, simply put, there is nobody like Jane. Jane is a former LPGA 2-time major championship winner. She was also vice president of talent relations at WWE. She also has a law degree from Stetson. So if Jane can drain a 10-footer to win the U.S. Open and stare down Hulk Hogan in the boardroom, You want Jane on your real estate team to not only negotiate the best deal, but find you the perfect home or investment property. And when you work with the Geddes Gordon Group, you become part of the real estate family and get concierge services that include expertly staging, marketing, and preparing your home for sale. Advice on golf properties. Hey, you might even get some golf tips. Many of their clients become friends long after the sale or purchase is completed. It's all part of the deal. So if you're looking for that perfect home or investment property or trying to get top dollar for your home, go with Jane Geddes and the Geddes Gordon Group, because there's nobody like Jane. Call 813-485-6808 or go to geddesgordon.kw.com. That's GEDDES Gordon.kw.com or call 813-485-6808.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. We'll get everybody in here. There they are. Oh, yes, we're all here. The triplets.
That's it, man.
This is Michael Gardner, the CEO of Hydrate Heroes, and that is New York Knicks legend John Starks. What's up, guys? How are you?
We're doing good, man. Thanks for coming out. And first and foremost, I really want to thank you for partnering with us, and I think it's going to be a great relationship with Hydrate Heroes and tying in JP Peterson's show. And man, we're just excited to be here and have you part of our team. And we brought in our shooter though today.
We got the closer here, John Starks, one of the greatest dunks in the history of the NBA. Man, I love it all over your social media too. I'll never forget that. Nobody will ever. Good. Thanks for coming out. Congratulations on the partnership with Hydrate Heroes. How you doing today? This beautiful.
I'm doing.
Tampa weather.
Yeah, I know. It's still got a little.
Oh, come on.
No, but it's nice. No, I know. It's nice. It's nice. I'm loving it down here. Tampa is always great for me to come down and be a part of this, and so I'm happy that I get a chance to come hang out here at this incredible Air Force base.
Have you taken a look at some of the planes out there?
Yeah, I have. I've seen a few. I'm looking forward to going around and checking them out. This man tried to get me up in a plane.
I haven't given up though. I still think there's hope. But when he saw Jerome Baker go up, and we'll talk about that, and they did the loop and they did the flip, he's like, I'm not doing that. So I think that hurt me, but I'm not going to give up. We're getting you in that plane.
He's trying. No, never, ever. I've been up in, I've been flew before. Obviously, I had to fly to get down here. Or I could have drove too. Exactly.
Jerome Baker's going to join us. Linebacker was a long time with the Dolphins, now with the Seattle Seahawks. He went up with some of the heroes.
Wow, yeah.
Not exactly allowed to disclose what happened.
Shush! I don't want to get a call from Jerome. Actually, first and foremost, the thing about it is, our whole thing, and I've been blessed. First and foremost, John's a equity partner with us. Derek Brooks, Jerome Baker, he just invested with us. So we've got a great team. And when Jerome went up, it was really to bring attention to No Fallen Heroes, one of the foundations that we're working with. So that's really what we're about, cause marketing, giving back to the military foundations throughout. And, we've got a great, awesome team. We're out here at Airfest, and beautiful day, a little chilly. I mean, this guy lives up in Connecticut, and he's telling me it's chilly. So I'm like, sheesh, man. I don't know if he's not tough enough for Florida then.
I guess not. I'm telling you, I'm not.
Talk a little bit about, let's talk about Hydrate Heroes. I got my beverage right here. This is the watermelon elderberry. It tastes fantastic, but this is a very different hydration beverage because it's there's so much out there right now, but this is all plant-based, and this is where Jerome's going. A lot of these great athletes are all going plant-based. This is the only one out there that'll keep you hydrated, and it's plant-based. What are the benefits of that?
Well, first and foremost, if John would have been on plant-based diet, he'd still be playing right now. But anyway, no, we're the first plant-based certified hydration drink beverage with benefits. And Hydrate Heroes, it's more than just hydration. It's beverage with benefits. 8 times the benefits with hydration: elderberry, zinc, vitamin D, sugar-free, non-GMO. And we also have a mushroom blend that has clinicals to increase your endurance and oxygenate at the cellular level. So it's more than just a hydration drink, because a lot of hydration drinks and sports drinks or energy drinks, they actually have caffeine. What does caffeine do to you?
It drains.
Yep. So again, it dehydrates you. On top of that, there's a lot of sugar. So in our drink, it's only 5 calories, no sugar, no caffeine, no stimulants. So again, it's the healthy alternative. And we're just, like I said, we're just trying to really promote healthy living, eat healthy, drink healthy, be healthy. And more importantly, not just the military. Our mission is SOS, support our service members, but it's also about our future, which are the kids. So with Derek and John does a lot of great work with his foundation up in New York and all over. And it's a perfect fit because, again, that is our future. And as leaders of today, we need to come together and help guide our future, which are the kids. So all this great work that Derek does, John does, Jerome does, it's just being able to tie that in. And again, eat healthy, drink healthy, be healthy.
Well, no, I think Mike hit the nail on top of the head. I think the most important thing is definitely, if you can teach these kids early on how to eat healthy, be healthy, and do the things that they need to do in order to, grow responsibly. I think it's very important. And obviously what we're doing here with the Hydrate for Heroes, it means a great, great, great deal because these servicemen give so much to us and give us a chance to do what we do in life. And the freedom that we have is because of them and their sacrifice. And so we're doing what we can to give back to them and help them in their daily lives.
What about the drink, though? You heard Mike talk all about it. I mean, you work with world-class athletes. You're still working in the front office with the Knicks. This is something that is much needed because there's a lot of drinks out there. We won't name names that have been banned by the NCAA that are very, very popular. We see kids falling out all the time now because they're drinking. I know you were telling me a story about a kid that drank 2 Monsters before a game and almost died. I mean, this and there's things in those stimulants that cause that are not in Hydrate Heroes.
Yeah, no, it's a dangerous situation. When you're drinking these drinks that have those type of stimulants in it. And like Mike said, we're a plant-based drink and gives you the same benefits, even more, but give you a chance to go out there and play at a high level. I wish I had this back during my playing days, but now that we're here, we're just trying to get the word out that this is better for you. It's going to give you the same type of benefits that you're looking for in all these other, drinks that you shouldn't be drinking. And so we're excited about the future of this company.
We're also glad that you're partnering with Derek Brooks, Florida State guy, a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We're going to get you down here, Starks. We're going to get you living down here in Tampa Bay, baby. You ain't going back to New York. This is where it's at, baby.
I love it.
So tell me a little bit about your partnership here with Hydrate Heroes and also a little bit about working with world-class athletes and the fun of this. I mean, this is fun. This is right in your alley, right?
Oh, no question. I got a chance to meet this man a few years ago. He came up to me out of the blue. We was down in Bridgeport, Connecticut at a boat show, and he came up to me and said, I got a bone to pick with you. I let him tell the story.
Wait a minute. Oh, you actually passed the ball. Shit, you saw that.
Yeah, he
passed. He didn't take the shot.
That was his first assist.
Right. Exactly. But no, it's funny because I had just launched the company and I'm like, I don't know why I'm supposed to go to Connecticut. I didn't have any business. I wound up going. I look over and I'm like, man, that's John Starks. So he actually has a cigar brand. We'll give it a little plug. The Legend, number 3, baby. It's a good cigar too, but he'll tell you about that. But the thing was, I saw him and I used to live in Indianapolis. I trained a lot of professional athletes, on the Colts, Pacers. And I'm going back to when basketball was a different game. When he played.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Yeah.
Man, and I remember, I go to the games and some of the guys, Pacers that I trained, I walked up to him. I said, hey, man, I got a bone to pick with you. And he looked at me like, who the hell's this guy? And I said, man, I've never seen – I can't cuss. No, I'm just joking. But I said, I haven't seen anyone talk so much crap to Reggie Miller than you. And he looked at me like, where's this gone? And I'm like, but you know one thing, John? You backed that up.
Damn right.
And, it was very organic and shook hands. I told him about our company. We just launched. It was actually our first event. And about a week later, I get a call Tulsa, Oklahoma. Where's that coming from? I pick up, it's him. he's like, hey, man, I love what you're doing. I love the product, and I want to be involved. I'm going to partner with you. And that's where it started. And, it's been a blessing. And, I couldn't ask for, great partner that's committed, that, it's more than just a drink. He's in it to win it, but it's about really making a positive impact in our community. And that's why we're excited about Hydrate Heroes with the military and supporting these foundations as well.
Well, and that's why we're here at MacDill. 15% of gross proceeds go to the military. So that's what Hydrate Heroes is all about. And that's why we're here, to celebrate the military. And these folks, as you said, John, we can't do anything we do without them. And especially in the times that we're living in right now, we really have to depend on them to keep us safe. So I'm going to spend my time out here after the show thanking every military person I can. And I know you'll be doing very much the same thing.
No question. And, for me, just being a part, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you go. Me just being a part of this and get a chance to see this on this incredible base is just spectacular. I haven't never been on a base before. Now I get to understand the inner workings a little bit on what they do. And these planes out here are just incredible. So I'm looking forward to it.
You jump up in the cockpit. They got a couple of those.
Well, I can
here.
jump up in the cockpit, but so long as it stays on the ground.
I hear you, brother. So anyway, we want to get Michael on and talk about the product. You and I are going to talk a little bit more about basketball after the break. But Mike, I just want to say thank you.
No, thank you
for jumping in here. Thank you for having us. We're looking forward to this partnership. We want to help the military. We want to help spread the word of what's healthy for kids, what's healthy for you if you're training. And by the way, it tastes great.
It's got to taste good, right?
Yeah, this is the watermelon elderberry.
Yep.
The flavor in it is fantastic.
And one thing I wanted to point out too, which I really think it speaks to what we're about. And again, if you're giving back and you're putting others before you, it'll come back tenfold. And that's our message. And one of the things I've never approached, organic, John Organic, Santonio Holmes Jr., he's involved with us, Jerome Baker. So my point is, when you're focused on giving back and helping others, you'll be blessed and it'll come back tenfold. So, for me, like I said, I have a whole story coming from obese family and so forth. But again, it's just getting the right team aligned. And I think you're part of that team. And,
damn right.
We met organically too. I'm not going to tell you how we met on the golf course, but,
we're both out of bounds. Like, what are you looking for your ball over here? You're like 3 fairways over and OB, bro. Like, how do you hit it over here? Well, if you're over here looking too, you ain't doing so well.
Wait a minute. My game's so good, I don't even worry about out of bounds because I don't care where the ball goes. I'm still in play, at least in my mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why we play scramble. That's why we play scramble golf, partner. Well, listen, we're excited about this. We're excited to tell your story, and we're excited for all you guys to partner with us, and we're going to be bringing on each week a Hydrate Hero of the Week. We're going to focus on a military member here or around the world that are doing great things. And 100%. So we're going to bring you those stories. And we appreciate you supporting us and supporting our show because as John heard me go on and on about the stadium deal, what we do here is not corporate media. We talk about things that other places can't and won't talk about. We try to speak truth to power. We try to represent the fan. And I think the fan is incredibly unrepresented in this media culture. And we need sponsors like you to support us in this venture. So all of our folks that line up and comment and watch and listen, over 200,000 a month. And this is what they come for. And without you supporting us, we can't do this. And without the fans.
First off, full circle. It's real simple. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
It takes a community. It takes a village. And I think, the more I get to know you and your passion and what you stand for, it's effortless. It just lines up. So we're excited.
Oh, we're ready to go. All right, Mike, we're going to put the ejector seat on you and take a break, and then Starks and I are
going on the
back.
bench?
You're going on the bench, bro.
Man.
I might bring you back.
Wait a minute.
I might bring you back.
Wait a minute. All right, I see how it is.
You got to go talk to all the people.
No, hey.
And Glad Hand, you're the CEO. Go sell some product. Right?
I'm
out.
Right?
Right, Starks?
Hey, here's the
Tell them
first
to
thing.
go to work and go sell some product.
All I do is share. I don't have to sell it. It's good. You don't have to sell
That's right. We got all the. I'm gonna go get some more over here. I'm almost out. So we're gonna hit the ejector seat on Gardner, and then Starks and I are gonna go talk to you.
Bye.
Back at 3 to MacDill Air Force Base on the JP Peterson Show.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, you're going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state or the one that supports your favorite sports show. It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. All right, this is for all you guys who don't want to go to the gym and do 5,000 crunches. At Bay Area Modern Medical Center, you can get on the new True Body machine where you can reduce fat and tone up your muscle. It's like doing 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Define your body as you see fit. True Body offers personalized muscle stimulation that delivers the equivalent of those 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Just get in touch with them at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. Chris Lugo and the team over there will set you up on True Body and get amazing results. Non-invasive with comfortable and little to no pain and zero downtime. You can isolate and target those areas that you want to improve and treat multiple areas simultaneously. It's an amazing machine, so check it out at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. Did you know Steve Weintraub founded the Gold and Diamond Source over 40 years ago by selling gold-plated sand dollars? And to celebrate, the Gold and Diamond Source is selling gold sand dollar jewelry with the proceeds supporting Julie and Steve Weintraub's foundation, Hands Across the Bay. Yes, in 1984, Steve opened their first location, expanded to 9 stores as far as Atlanta, but now they've consolidated all that inventory under one roof, becoming one of the largest family-owned fine jewelry stores in the country. Julie, of course, joined forces with her husband 20 years ago, and they're going to celebrate by offering up to 40% off select jewelry items. Plus, with gold prices near all-time highs, it's the perfect time to trade in your broken or unworn pieces for something new and stunning. Unlock the value in your jewelry box today at the Gold and Diamond Source. It's always one place, and it's always a great place. The Gold and Diamond Source celebrating their 40th anniversary, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the MacDill Air Force Base Airfest 2024. This is an incredible setting here. We're going to have 200,000 people out here. We're also celebrating our new partnership with Hydrate Heroes, which we just heard from CEO Michael Gardner and equity partner John Starks here, New York Knicks legend. We're going to talk a little basketball. I know you were watching March Madness last night. So what are your thoughts on the games last night? First of all, that Alabama-North Carolina game was a unbelievable.
Game. Yeah, I felt bad for Hubert. Obviously, yeah. Hubert was a former teammate of mine and with New York, still good friends. And, I just felt bad for him. His team been playing good basketball all year long. But Alabama, they just, they came in to play. They came in to win. I forgot the kid's name that got hot.
Grant Nelson.
Ooh, man.
From South Dakota State.
South Dakota State. He put on the show. That second half, he was just lights out. And, but that's what you like to see. You like to see two teams going at it back and forth. It was a nip and tuck type of game. And it was exciting to see them play at a high level. Each kid went out there and just laid it on the line on both sides of the ball. And so, but I just felt bad for Hubert. I really did.
Yeah. Well, look, he's got a talented basketball team, and it came down to, maybe one or two bad shots taken. I mean, I
would have to say, and you said it right. I was sitting up there watching, and I'm like,
don't take it.
What's the big hit? Baycott. I'm like,
don't take
it. Don't take that shot. Please do not take that shot. They're leaving you open for a reason. He passed it up a few times down the court. Then I guess he was just like, okay, I can hit this, but
you want to be the hero,
right?
right?
You want to be the hero.
But you got to play within the team.
You got to know your strengths.
Right.
That's the most important thing. If anything, I would accept it if he would have took a couple of steps into the free throw line and took that shot, because he's capable of hitting that. But that was just a bad shot to take.
Yeah, at that particular time. But some great, I'd rather focus, and I think you would too, on what Alabama did right. They're tremendously talented. They're so big, so long, so talented. They've got great scorers at each position. So they're going to be a tough out. Alabama's going to be a tough out.
Definitely a tough out. Whoever faces them next, I forgot who they play next, but
I'm trying to think, but
it's going to be a dogfight.
That Clemson game,
Clemson. That's who
that game was ugly.
Yeah,
that game. Yeah. Arizona Clemson. I was like, this is bad ball because they were just jacking up threes.
Yeah, they weren't
running any offense.
No,
they're just both teams jacking up threes, missing threes, and that's the part of the game I hate. That it's kind of developed into this. I'm going to first one to get an open
blame
three.
Steph for that.
Steph Curry.
Steph, we blaming you for that. No, but if you can do what Steph do, then you can take them.
Yeah,
but you just got guys that not really good 3-point shooters.
Yeah,
taking shots and jacking up shots at the wrong time, and that's not good basketball. Like you said, back in our day, the three was normally just a knockout punch. You took it, when you have to put the game away or something like that. But now it's a weapon, at the next level. So. I'm not sure. I'm up in there with that.
We're starting to see some legitimate big men come back into the game. And the first one I think of is Zach Edey, and we'll get to the NBA a little bit. Yeah. But that Zach Edey in Purdue. You look at their history and you're like,
they got put out, I think, the last 2 years.
Yeah, early
in the first round.
Yeah.
And I think you get those scars, those battle scars, and it helps you later on. And now you're seeing a more mature, more experienced team that can handle, the ups and downs of what goes on. Very dangerous team.
But you like UConn?
I love you. UConn.
Yeah, they got it all.
I think UConn are probably the most complete team in college basketball. Just watching them, they big, all forwards. They got great shooters, and they got a great coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can play any slow. We can play slow. They can just play ball. It's important they get after you defensively. Yeah. On that end of the court, they get after you defensively. And, I got to take my hat off to them. They Dan Hurley, he didn't build a great program up there.
Well, let's transition into your game, the NBA. You're working in the front office with the Knicks. You had a young player from Tampa that you drafted.
Yes.
And we were talking a little bit about how difficult it is for these young players to come into the league at 18 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it first hand with him, but you got to draft.
Yeah,
I mean, and they may not for 4 or 5. How hard is
it's for us coming in. Did player and then right away physically ready to go out there at the level. So they actually had 1988. The average age in the league was probably 21, 22.
Yeah.
So playing against
All right, guys, apologies. We're trying to work through the video issues here with JP and John Starks live at the MacDill Air Force Base, trying to talk some NBA here. JP, if you can hear me, you guys are frozen. I'll tell you what, we're going to leave them on the picture here. Let's get into some of the comments from you guys. as we try to work through that. JP looks like he's bounced out. So you get me here on the JP Peterson Show on FanStream Sports and 102.5 The Strike, 102.5 HD2 in the Tampa St. Pete area. Let's see. Rick wanted to know how JP got on the base. That's a valid question, JP. We don't know if he went through a body cavity search twice, although that's something we'll have to find out for sure, because I'm interested in the answer to that now. Let's see if we can get those boys back here as he's popped back onto the stream. We have audio. We have audio. Do we have you, JP? Do we have you, JP? Looks like things are still a little sketchy out at MacDill Air Force Base. Thomas chimed in. Mediocre looking new St. Pete Stadium and airport hangar. I don't know that I disagree with you that. I haven't seen recent renderings, Thomas, but I've seen some other renderings of it. And it did not look like the most attractive stadium I've seen. But anything's an upgrade over the top, right? I mean, that looked terrible from the get-go. That just looked terrible from the get-go. The
Wi-Fi's strong.
AP, if you can hear me,
we
you guys
back?
are up. Yeah, you guys are. I mean, it's sketchy, but it's not frozen like it was before.
All right, yeah, we're back. Sorry.
And now I don't have audio at all.
Talking about
Nope, lost you. There you are.
Audio. Oh,
There you are. It's just man, the connection's really bad for some reason all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're on our private Wi-Fi here, so it's not for all the folks that are here. A ton of folks scrolling in, but we should
It's a glitch in the matrix. It's they're coming for us.
stand by. The Wi-Fi dance is on.
It's the Wi-Fi show.
Indeed, yes, they are. We're on base, man. We're getting attacked here at MacDill Air Force Base.
EMF
Are we
bomb
going
or whatever
for it?
those things are called. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's. We're back. All right, so let's NBA. When you look for players now, what are you looking for in terms of kids come for all different things? But what's that guy look like?
Obviously, shooting. You have to be able to shoot the basketball, and your ball handling skills have like Kyrie, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all those guys. Those guys 6'7", 6'8", can handle the ball. And so, like guys like Anthony Davis, who actually was a point guard before he decided to have that growth spurt.
Yeah.
But guys like that, now you pretty much have to be an all-around skill big man nowadays. But like you said before, you're starting to see the resurgence of the big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think everything comes around full circle. So I think what Steph and the Golden State Warriors was doing, winning the championship, because I always said until Golden State started doing it multiple years and what have you, then all of a sudden I said, okay, maybe that is the
Maybe
future.
that'll work.
Maybe that's the future. Then here come Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And one of the most dominant big men in the game, because he can go take you outside, he can take you down low. Either way you want to play, he can play. And probably one of the smartest big all set his teammates up and what have you. And so, but as a GM today has it very hard. They're trying to evaluate these players in a 1 year span, unless you've been watching them, from the time they picked up a basketball until the time they leave school, which is evaluate these to like now it's just like a crapshoot.
Yeah.
It's like you hoping that your scouts did a good. He's physically ready, mentally ready to come in here, and hopefully in 3 or 4 years. And that investment is a big investment because it's not like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You paying millions of dollars to figure out if this guy is going to work out in 3 or 4 years, and not too many of them do.
Well, I went to the Magic Knicks game here about a month ago. The Magic got the best of you.
They playing great basketball.
Yeah, that is an up-and-coming team. What do you think of the Magic with Paulo and that group?
Yeah, I loved them last year, and I think Coach Mosley is doing a great job with them. I watched them play, and I look at a coach is, especially with a young team, is how hard that team competes. Even though they're, because he has them competing very, very hard. And you just look at them, and the success that they're having is, I think, is just because of the way that coach mindset is. It's like, we're going to go out there and we're going to lay it on the line. He got a very talented big squad. I mean, they dangerous. They are very dangerous. I think we 3-1 against them this year.
Yeah.
Wagner's
can shoot. Wagner, he can shoot it.
Yeah, even Greg Anthony, my former teammate's son, Cole Anthony, is playing very well coming off the bench, and the kids are playing very well. So they are a team to watch out for. You got, if you don't match Sternberg come at you hard, their energy, they're gonna get the best of you. And I think the last game that we played them.
Well, let's Jalen Brunson and what you got. Is there anybody that you played against that he reminds you of?
No. He's special.
Yeah.
I mean, he is very, very special. The kid is so much kind of leader and winning at all levels. He won in high school championships. He won, obviously, in college at Villanova, 2 championships. And for him, when he was in Dallas, and they was kind of overlooking him until more cheap at the beginning of the season. That's what you get and try to make up. But at that point, I think he was ready to go. And he landed with us. Great job. You've seen a documentary on him and the way he trained him and the way he pushed him. It says a lot about when you have a father in your corner and say, we hold like, he said, so what's the next level? Superstar.
John Stark joining us here. Front office. That was the NBA, bro. That team. We got here at Johnson and Lonzo Moore.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell did neither one of you guys win a ring?
And it looks like we lost JP and John again. Weird things going on with the Wi-Fi out at MacDill Air Force Base today, as they are attending the Tampa Bay Airfest out at MacDill, and JP is out there representing the energy drink, the natural energy drink, and This is what you deal with. By the way, shout out again to Hydrate Heroes, lifestyle hydration for the heroes and all of us. Make sure you guys check out their website, hydrateheroes.com. It looks like JP's trying to reconnect with us, which would be great if he could do that. I'll shoot him some instructions. We're going to go to a break here. Let's take a quick break as we've got some technical issues with JP out at MacDill Air Force Base. We'll see if we can't get him reconnected and get John back on the show. We've got, of course, Muggsy Bogues coming up via video here. We hope we can make that work. And Jerome Barker coming up, of course, a little bit later in the show. All
right, we're back.
We'll be right back here on the JP Peterson Show in, I don't know, I think this one's about 3 minutes long.
Hey, it's a great time to buy a house and get a mortgage with American Mortgage Services. Okay, I got your attention now. But JP, rates are at 8%. That's true. But I spoke with our friend Scott Fitzgerald at AMS Tampa, and this is what smart people are doing. Rates peaked at 8% last month, but they've come down, and AMS recently locked some folks in the high sixes. Prices have also stabilized or dropped in some areas. So if you're going to eventually buy, now is the best time to get the house you want. Fitz will get you the best rate out there, shopping it around to dozens of lenders, and when rates come down in a year or so and the frenzy begins again, prices go bananas again, you will already have the pick of the litter. Then he will refinance you and keep costs at nearly zero because that's what they do at AMS Tampa. You're back at 4% in the house you wanted while others fight the frenzy. Be smart. Stay one step ahead. Email Fitz at scott@amstampa.com, scott@amstampa.com, or call 813-294-7595. Scott Fitzgerald, NMLS 386722, American Mortgage Services, 1000 North Ashley Drive, Suite 1020, Tampa, Florida.
All right, this is for all you guys who don't want to go to the gym and do 5,000 crunches. At Bay Area Modern Medical Center, you can get on the new True Body machine where you can reduce fat and tone up your muscle. It's like doing 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Define your body as you see fit. True Body offers personalized muscle stimulation that delivers the equivalent of those 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Just get in touch with them at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. Chris Lugo and the team over there will set you up on True Body and get amazing results. Non-invasive with comfortable and little to no pain and zero downtime. You can isolate and target those areas that you want to improve and treat multiple areas simultaneously. It's an amazing machine, so check it out at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com.
Everyone knows Italiano Insurance is your go-to for home insurance, but they also have an amazing team that focuses on business insurance. Yes, your business is most likely your biggest asset, so make sure you have the right coverage at the most competitive price. And if you started a side hustle recently, don't forget you need business insurance, because if you get sued in this over-litigious society we live in, you could lose all your personal wealth. So get that business insurance. And for the best customer service, always choose Italiano. My representative, Charity, is amazing. I called her late on a Friday because my insurance was going to lapse. She stayed late until the job was done. You just don't find that anymore. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. That's 813-877-7799. Italiano Insurance.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show right here on FanStream Sports on a Friday, kicking off the weekend with you here on 102.5 HD2, The Strike, and of course, Tampa Clearwater. Appreciate everybody popping on here with the comments. Again, we're dealing with some technical issues with JP out at MacDill Air Force Base. Trying to get through those things as he is out at Tampa Bay Airfest talking basketball, NBA with the great John Starks. I spent many an hours watching John Starks beat up the rest of the Eastern Conference and of course, on the Knicks. Reggie Miller, all those good times. I don't know how old you guys are out there listening, but, man, that's a lot of my basketball youth as I was in my 20s there in the 90s. And a lot of my basketball memories come from watching him in the playoffs. Beating up on the Eastern Conference, not so much on the Western Conference. You know, really back in the 90s, we had kind of had that wrapped up out here in the West. But Muggsy Bogues joining us hopefully via video coming up here shortly if we can get JP back. And then, of course, Jerome coming up after that. But wanted to talk a little bit of Rays. I don't see it looks like we may have JP back. Let's try JP one more time. I see a cleaner, smoother video as we attempt to bring JP back into the. Wow, that looks a whole lot better. Did you go buy a new computer during the break and get it all hooked up? And
well, you know what we did, Timmy, is we did a very technical thing here. We rebooted.
There you
go. Rebooted everything.
Well, man, it looks a lot better because we just avoided a radio catastrophe as we were going to hear Tim talk about Tampa Bay Rays, Toronto Blue Jays here for the next 30 minutes. So good job.
All right. Well, we saved you. Hopefully we'll get Muggsy Bogues on here just a little bit as well. So we'll have John and Muggsy going back and forth like they used to back in the day. And we were talking about that, there were some great teams that never won championships because of that guy named Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you probably talked about this a million times and answered the question, but what was it like? You had to guard the guy. You had to actually guard the dude.
No, he was special. I always say he's probably one of the most complete players that I ever played against, just from the standpoint with his athleticism, his power, and most important, his mind. He's probably one of the smartest players that he don't get enough credit for that. And you always kind of shocked when you see him make mistakes because he rarely make mistakes. And I think I could just think about the one that he made when he came back from his retirement and playing against Orlando Magic, and he lost the ball in a crucial part of the game, obviously in the end of the game, and everybody was shocked that he made that mistake because you never see him make a mistake. And obviously he came back the next 3 years and won the championship. And so, but he was just special. He's the type of player that you lose sleep over. Not too many players I lose sleep over, but he was one of them.
John Starks joining us here as we talk about the old days and those teams that you played on with a traditional big man like Patrick Ewing at Oakley. Like that was the way basketball, I remember it as the best basketball. I mean, when you compare it, it's always hard when us old heads, kind of look back, but I prefer that game. I like, watching Steph and watching Clay and all that go down, it was fantastic, but I prefer the old school game.
Yeah, no, they, Steph and Clay, they're special players, and what Steph has done to change and create more shooters in the game has been incredible. But, when we grew up, that's how we played it in the park. It was more of a physical game, more of a, get your block knocked off if you go in the lane, that type of game right there. I guess they got tired of that and they wanted to change it up. But it was more of an intense game. I think it brought out the passion in you, the fight. I think fans appreciated that when they can go sit down at a game and see 5 guys out on the court at a time, 10 guys out on the court at a time, just going at it and trying to win. You know what I mean? And I was talking to a friend of mine. He said, I loved the game back then because you could be sitting here watching it and you feel like you're there.
Yeah.
That's the difference in the game today. It's even more exciting when you're there at the game nowadays than it is probably watching it on TV a little bit, because you don't feel the quiet intensity. You feel it during the playoffs because guys know it's do or die situation, but during the regular season, it's a little different unless you get 2 teams that hate each other, and you don't get that now because all these guys are friends with one another. Yeah, so it's a little
You guys
different.
hated each other.
We hated each other. I didn't know any of these guys coming into the league, and so the friendship wasn't there, at the time. So.
Well, John, thanks for joining us. We got Muggsy on. I would get you both on, but you wouldn't be able to hear him. So he could probably hear you.
What's up, Bogues? That's my dude right there, man. Good brother.
Muggs, you got anything for John? I'll pass it along to him. He can't hear you specifically, but
that's my guy there.
I'm gonna tell you this story about this man right here, right? And I told him this. So the game was on the line. We was in Charlotte. And Rouse drove up a play for me to get the ball because he was guarding me. And I said, okay. I got the ball at the top of the key. I'm like, I get the ball, I look down like, where's she going with this ball? You can't go this way because he's gonna be here. You can't go this way. So what I did, I just turned and tried to back him down. And you know, Muggs, he grew up lifting weights and all of that, strong as an ox, right? And all I could do was turn around and shoot something at the free throw line. I just threw it up there trying to win the game. I was like, man.
How'd that work out?
It didn't work out good. We lost the game.
But John, thanks for the great story, man.
Right,
Thanks for hanging out. He's going to go sign some autographs here. Awesome stuff. Muggsy, how you doing, bud? How you doing, partner? Can you hear me? Muggsy, can you hear us? You can't hear us? Could you hear Starks?
I can hear everybody okay. I don't know why he can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, maybe Muggs, take your speaker on. Can you hear us yet? Sorry for the technical difficulties today. Yeah, I think you could. We didn't change anything here on this end. Muggsy, can you hear us now?
Can you maybe text him and tell him to pop out and pop back in?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Oh, there he goes.
All right, he's got us now. He's got us now. Thanks, Muggs. So do you remember that play?
I just lost you.
Oh, all right. Hey, we'll take.
There you go.
Timmy,
let's hear you again.
All right. Well, we'll try to go with it. Yeah, we got spotty Wi-Fi. Tim, can you hear me?
I'm
here. I can hear you.
There you go. I can hear you now.
All right, maybe he can't hear you. Maybe he can hear Tim.
So you can hear me, Muggsy, right? But you can't hear JP.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, but you don't hear JP talking, right?
I do not.
You can't hear me.
Okay.
You cannot hear me. Okay.
All right, I'll tell you what, Muggsy, do you mind popping out of the stream and then popping right back in just like you did the first time? Sometimes that fixes that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thanks, sir.
Okay.
All right. Well, and I'll reset everything here as we are at the top of the hour here. We are coming to you live from MacDill Air Force Base. Our presenting sponsor, Hydrate Heroes, has us out here. It's a beautiful day at MacDill. Airfest going on today and tomorrow. We're expecting about 200,000 people out here. We already had a great day. John Starks and Michael Gardner, the CEO of Hydrate Heroes, who are now our new presenting sponsor. And we appreciate them allowing us to do what we do. So we're going to ask you guys to go to Hydrate Heroes. And right now they have a great special going on, $29.99. You're going to get 30 packets of this great drink that has 8 different benefits for you. And we'll put it up like there. We'll show you that. We'll put all this up on our social media so you guys will be able to order some of this stuff. I'm drinking it now. It is absolutely fantastic. The watermelon elderberry.
How do you think that mixes with vodka? That's my question.
Oh, I think you can hydrate while you get drunk, I guess, is what you can do with vodka.
I usually mix Red Bull, but that's bad for you. So
exactly. So this is good for you. This is a good way to mix. And yeah, I think it would taste great, actually. So I'll definitely be trying that. So I'll get back to you on that for sure, Timmy.
Yeah, let me know.
And we'll send you some as well. All right, Muggsy, can you hear us now?
I can
Muggsy's
hear you
back
clear.
Oh, sweet. So, and we'll start right there. You're an equity partner here in Hydrate Heroes. Why did you choose to get involved with this great drink?
Because it's all about living that lifestyle. When you eat healthy, drink healthy, and you be healthy. And partner with Mike and the guys, and their drive in terms of trying to educate our community, trying to put something good out there that we all need, especially, as a kid and the youth. In my community, when I was growing up, we grew up on Kool-Aid. A lot of sugar, a lot of things that go underlying in our community in terms of diabetes as well as obesity. So I'm just happy to be partnered with them because of it's such a healthy product. It's good for you. And as I say, it's all about the lifestyle. When you eat healthy, you drink healthy, we all, ultimately you're going to be healthy. And being able to have a product that is great, like Hydration Hero, I mean, what more can you add? I mean, it has no sugar, no caffeine, no GMO. It's gluten friendly. It's diabetic friendly. So having something like that to be able to, to spread out in our community, I'm so grateful to be part of it.
And Hydrate Heroes gives 15% back to the military of their gross sales, which is just awesome to help the military, help military families in need. I'm sure that's near and dear to your heart as well, Muggsy.
Absolutely, and that's what we all talking about. Education. And educating our community about what it's all about to continue to be healthy and being able to take part of, a give back with the military, which is a very vital part of our, our well-being. Them guys sacrifice so much of our safety, and to be able to have a product not only to just to give back to the organization, but doing something good for the program and for the people that that they care so dearly about, and which is our kids. And the obesity among our youth is overwhelming today, and so we can be able to have something out there that can really tackle that issue and give them even something proud to be to be part of. And not only that, when you intake something that's healthy for your body, it just makes the overall results to be a positive outcome. So I'm just so grateful that I am part of this brand.
Well, Muggsy, we're so glad to be part of it as well here at the JP Peterson Show. We look forward to chatting with you often down the line to pick your brain on basketball, as we did with John Starks here today. Now, many of the younger folks may not remember you. I actually was working at a Greensboro station for a couple of years back in the 90s, and I got to cover you at Charlotte. And I thank you for the many interviews you gave us. You probably don't remember my ugly face, but you were awesome to watch. 5 foot, I want to get this right, 5'3"?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
5 foot. Now I have a stepson to my left here who's the smallest kid on the court. So I'm starting to tell him about the tales of Muggsy Bogues. So hopefully someday you'll be able to meet him. And I was telling him your story, and he's like, that can't be true. I'm saying, I watched it. The dude could dunk. He could do things you'd never seen in your life. It's just, what was it? Everybody told you can't do it. There's no way you're going to play in the NBA. What was it that got you to the NBA?
Well, my confidence. The people that, I allowed to come in my space, but more importantly, the people that I didn't allow. Just the negative information that you constantly hear. I just let it go in one ear and out the other. Because the true test is what you believe in yourself. People will always tell you who you could be, who you should be. But ultimately, you know who you want to be. And I knew I wanted to be a basketball player. And I knew that I had the ability to become, what I wanted to be, as long as I stayed on the path, as long as I block out the noise, as long as I impact the game in a way where it's looked upon just like the big guys out there running the program. So having that understanding and breaking down those barriers, of the coaches who always wanted big guards, it's all about the impact that you had out on the court. And being that extension of the coach and having that understanding how to run my team and make guys around me better, as well as myself, allowed me to keep climbing the ladder at the highest level, which was the NBA.
Well, here he is, right here. How tall are you?
Like 4'2".
Yeah, 4'2".
I
But
was 4'2" when I was about 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, buddy.
He was 4'2" when he was 15 years old and still balling. So yeah. I told him, I saw Muggsy do. He plays hard too, Muggs. He plays hard. He's on the floor more than he's on his feet. You probably know a little bit, but he keeps getting up. So
don't you let anybody. You keep believing in yourself, buddy. It's all about you. The confidence is lies within you. Like I said, people gonna tell you what you can't be. You keep pursuing it and put that action behind it. No telling what God will create for you.
That's awesome, Muggsy. I appreciate that. Tell the people about that team. I mean, that Charlotte team. I mean, with Larry Johnson, my good friend Matt Geiger here, Alonzo Mourning, Del Curry, who was the greatest shooter I've ever seen until his son came along. Man, what a team. If Michael's not in the league, you guys win at least 2 titles, right?
Yeah, I believe so. It was a special team back then. I mean, it was a great team to be part of. I mean, we was young. We were just coming into our own. Stemming from an expansion team, but then the 5 years in existence, being able to make the playoffs, I mean, that was something that was very, unique in its own right. And the support that we had in Charlotte was overwhelming. It was second to none. They was our 6 men. And, you mentioned the guys, Alonzo, Larry, Dell, Matt Geiger. Those are guys that you build a bond with, that you love going to war with night in and night out, that, you wouldn't, change that for anything. So I was grateful to have that opportunity to play with those guys. And we will always have that special moment, special relationship with one another.
Do you have a favorite memory from that team, a favorite series? What's your favorite?
Well, it always will stand out. It will be the Boston series, because that was the beginning of the level that we was to reach, which was the playoff. And as I said, we was an expansion team in 5 years, and then playing against an elite franchise like the Boston Celtics and being able to dethrone them, with the likes of the McHales and the Parrish and the late Reggie Lewis. I mean, that was an accomplishment within our own right in terms of for the franchise. It was a big big leap for us as a young team. So there was some special moments with those guys. And then we always remember that Zoe hitting the shot to beat Boston, which we call it the shot.
The shot.
To hit that, and everybody, just swarming him after that, that great moment will always stand out, be one of the top memories that I had as a basketball player.
An incredible moment in the history of that franchise, and you guys were a hell of a team. So Muggs, what do you just had John talking about the modern day NBA? It's different, but entertaining in its own right. You're working with the Hornets now, so what are your thoughts on the league as you see it now, the strengths and weaknesses of the league?
Well, the league is definitely growing. Of course, as you see, back in our day, we only had about 5 or 6 European players. We have over probably 120 or 50 or so.
Yeah.
The members that we have in our league to this day. And that lets you know how much the league has grown. And it gives a lot of kids around the world opportunity to just dream and believe that they could be one of them as well. So the game has gotten, to the point that it's global. We got so many European players, but at the same time, it's became more entertaining, I think, for, the people who watching it. They like the scoring. They like the 3-point, the long shooting. But I think it's got away from the true essence of the game, which is defense, and allowed us to really compete at the highest level, because you got some of the best offensive players that plays our game. And then, of course, the position. I mean, back in our day, we had our 7-footers. They played their back towards the basket. The Patrick Ewings, the Lawrence Morning, the Shaquille O'Neal. The 7-footers today, the Victor Wembanyama, whatever.
Wembanyama.
Yeah, we
Joker.
We got Greek the Freak and Giannis. 7-footers now dribbling the basketball up the court and running their offense. So the game and the skill set have changed tremendously. But you gotta love the beauty of it. It's continued growth parts of it. So, but hopefully we can get back to where it could be a little more competitive in terms of where the defense has a little more say-so what the offense could do.
Well, I see you got your Wake Forest jacket on there, right? Is that there you go, the Demon Deeks.
Yeah.
You're watching. I know you're watching March Madness. What are your thoughts on this tournament?
Oh, I'm loving it. I mean, I love the 68 teams, and you have to play in terms of to see what it all does. I don't know about adding any more, but that will be a challenge. But I love that them adding that other 4 teams to it. That's what it is. It's March Madness. It's 0-0. Anybody have an opportunity to win. You're on a neutral site. I mean, nobody has an advantage nowhere. And some of these smaller schools, they cannot wait to have the opportunity to play against some of these bigger schools. So I am in honor and greatness to be able to be witnessing it, and I'm enjoying it every minute of it.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, listen, Muggs, thanks so much for taking some time. Really appreciate it. It's great to see you again. You look fantastic. I missed covering that team. It was so much fun back in the day, and hopefully we'll see you down the line. And I appreciate you saying a few words to my stepson there. He's gonna get a lot out of that. I'm gonna show him a small video of you and Spud and tell him, you guys can do this. You can do this. No question about it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me on. It's a beautiful day here in Charlotte. My son's birthday today. We about to go play.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to him. Thanks, Muggsy. Appreciate it, buddy. All
All
right. The great Muggsy Bogues right there. That's great stuff. Have you watching him play, especially up close as I did, it was amazing. And, you know, Starks even talked about it. You think you could just like back him down? His thighs were so big. I mean, it just like he was a freak. He was so strong. I mean, strong.
Yeah, people don't realize how thick he was as a person. Just how thick and strong he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was incredible to watch, and that team play as well. And really, really fun stuff. All right, we need to take another break. I believe Jerome Baker is hooked up.
Sure.
We'll get him on as well. As we continue to broadcast live here from MacDill Air Force Base at Airfest 2024. We'll get back into a little Rays talk as well. We'll talk some NFL with Jerome Baker, now of the Seahawks, formerly of the Miami Dolphins. Thought we might get a look at him coming to Tampa Bay. Didn't happen, but we'll chat with him as he's another equity partner in Hydrate Heroes. Back in 3. Stay with us.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man, Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. JP here for the Geddes Gordon Real Estate Group and our good friend Jane Geddes. Folks, simply put, there is nobody like Jane. Jane is a former LPGA two-time major championship winner. She was also vice president of talent relations at WWE. She also has a law degree from Stetson. So if Jane can drain a 10-footer to win the U.S. Open and stare down Hulk Hogan in the boardroom, you want Jane on your real estate team to not only negotiate the best deal, but find you the perfect home or investment property. And when you work with the Geddes Gordon Group, you become part of the real estate family and get concierge services that include expertly staging, marketing, and preparing your home for sale. Advice on golf properties. Hey, you might even get some golf tips. Many of their clients become friends long after the sale or purchase is completed. It's all part of the deal. So if you're looking for that perfect home or investment property or trying to get top dollar for your home, go with Jane Geddes and the Geddes Gordon Group, because there's nobody like Jane. Call 813-485-6808 or go to geddesgordon.kw.com. That's GEDDES Gordon.kw.com or call 813-485-6808. Everyone knows Italiano Insurance is your go-to for home insurance, but they also have an amazing team that focuses on business insurance. Yes, your business is most likely your biggest asset, so make sure you have the right coverage at the most competitive price. And if you started a side hustle recently, don't forget you need business insurance, because if you get sued in this over-litigious society we live in, you could lose all your personal wealth. So get that business insurance. And for the best customer service, always choose Italiano. My representative, Charity, is amazing. I called her late on a Friday because my insurance was going to lapse. She stayed late until the job was done. You just don't find that anymore. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. That's 813-877-7799. Italiano Insurance.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on from MacDill Air Force Base here on this gorgeous day as we celebrate our heroes and Hydrate Heroes, our new presenting sponsor here. And one of the equity partners in Hydrate Heroes, we've heard from Muggsy Bogues and John Starks. Now we got an NFL player in Jerome Baker, played 6 years for the Miami Dolphins, has now signed on with the Seattle Seahawks. What's up, Jerome? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. All right, we're out among these beautiful fighter jets. Not far from me are the Thunderbirds right over here. They'll be putting on a show here today at Airfest, which is absolutely breathtaking. And I know you recently went up in a fighter jet, pulling about 5-6 G's up there. How was that experience?
Oh, that was awesome. No matter what anybody's saying, you can't prepare for that. It was just one of those things that when you do it, it just takes your breath away. But it was definitely cool.
How does that compare with playing linebacker in the NFL?
It's a lot different, Playing linebacker, you gotta. It's a lot more that goes into it, but up there, it's a whole different world. You gotta really prepare your body for that, and it was definitely just a cool experience. The adrenaline is definitely there, though.
Yeah, both are a pretty good adrenaline rush. Hey, so tell me about your association with Hydrate Heroes. Obviously, as an NFL football player, you got to keep your body in tip-top shape. It's plant-based. I know that's something that you're very much into as well. So tell me about your relationship with Hydrate Heroes and why you chose to be part of this.
Yeah, honestly, it was a no-brainer for me. When it comes to hydration, a lot of drinks, these days, they claim to be healthy, they claim to be good for you, but once you actually look at the ingredients and look what you're putting in your body, it's not what they say it is. When I got on board with Hydra Heroes, it was one of those things of, for me, it was just the quality of the product. That's what it was, and the people we have on board, the people that's really getting it out there. It's nothing like it. It was truly just an awesome product, and for me, it was just a no-brainer.
Jerome Baker joining us, long time with the Miami Dolphins, now with the Seattle Seahawks. Tell me a little bit about your time with the Dolphins. Definitely got a resurgence going with Tua coming in. I saw you guys in Tampa, it was last preseason when you guys practiced here and went up against each other for a couple days. And I could see at that point the Dolphins were an ascending football team. Just talk about those last few years as the Dolphins, finally gave the Patriots a little run for their money in that division.
Yeah, my time there in Miami, it was nothing like it. Come from when I first got there, it was just a struggling football team trying to find our way. To over the years, when we got Flo, you can really see he put the pieces together, the foundation of that team together. And, when Mike got here, he was just like the spark that took it to another level. But ultimately, Mr. Greer, he did a great job. It's one of those organizations that every year they just took a step and just got better and better and better. Last year we got a glimpse of it, but this year they're going to definitely do great things. And I'm always going to be happy for them. I'm rooting for them for sure. But now is my time in Seattle, and we got some cool things cooking up over there, and I'm just excited to get out there and just play some football.
All right. I know you want to talk about Seattle, but I got to ask you one more question about Miami. That whole vibe with Mike McDaniel. I mean, that dude he seems like a really cool guy. Like really down to earth. What's it like playing for him?
I always tell people he's a player's coach. He listens to his players. He truly try to connect with all his players, and when you go into a meeting, you never know what he can say. He can be talking about something that's nothing related to football, or he can be, dialed in on the X's and O's. He did a great job of like mixing the two. When you go into work, you don't always want to just be about work, work, work. Sometimes you want to laugh with the guys. Sometimes you want to connect a different way, and he did a great job of doing that. But on Sundays, when it was time to go, that connection he had with the players. It allowed us to go out there and really play hard and go out there and play for him.
And Jerome, in your time with Miami, obviously you played the Bucs a couple times in the regular season. You practiced against them. Just give me a thought on the people here in Tampa Bay. Would love to hear your thoughts from an opponent on the culture here, what you noticed about these players here. You were playing against Tom Brady. They got baked now. Just your thoughts on this Tampa Bay team that's been to the playoffs 4 straight years. Nobody else has done that in the NFC, and only the Chiefs in the AFC.
Yeah, I'll say this: when I went down there, it was nothing like you would think. You never really hear about Tampa and all of that, but people don't realize when you go out there and play Tampa, you have to play some good ball. Especially when they had Tom Brady, it was a no-brainer. You have to bring your A game every day. But I don't think people understand the defense they have, the young players they have. Even Baker Mayfield, man, I've always been a fan of him since Oklahoma. He's one of those guys. He just competes and does whatever he needs to do to win. And I think people just sleep on Tampa. But once you play them, anybody in the league, once you actually go down there or they come to you and play you, that's a tough football team, and that's what it's all about. It don't matter what people say and all that. it matters when we step in between those lines. What's going to happen? And Tampa's one of those teams that they might not get all the the glory, but if you know football, you know that that's a tough team.
Yeah, that's interesting. You hear you say that too, because that's the feeling you get when you cover the team, and I think you're absolutely right. They are overlooked. And now I know when Miami released you, I mean, you're one of the better linebackers in the league. It certainly wasn't because of your play, but it's a salary cap game, as we all know. And I know the Bucs would have loved to have you. They had a little opening here at inside linebacker. Did you talk to the Bucs at all, or were you just too expensive for them at this point?
No, I didn't. Not to my knowledge. I don't think I talked to him. It is what it is. It happens.
Yeah.
But you never know with this league. You never know who you end up with. But, I would have loved the opportunity, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, no question about it. Jerome Baker joining us here. So, why Seattle? Why did you choose there? Obviously, you're a Florida guy, and now I know you grew up in Cleveland, but why heading all the way out to Seattle?
For me, it was just I wanted it to be on a team that was young, hungry, it was just ready to go. A lot of teams in the NFL that they claim to be one thing, they claim to be tough, they claim to be whatever they claim to be, but once you throw on the tape, it's nothing like that. And when it came, to Seattle, just watching them over the years, just doing my research a little bit more, it was just going to be a great opportunity for me to go out there and just showcase my talents and just have fun out there. And I truly feel like that I bring something to them that can get them to that next level. And I'm pretty confident they're going to push me to be the best player I can be. So ultimately, I'm just excited to go out there and just like with anything, it's new. It's nothing I can prepare for, but it's going to bring the best out of me. So I'm excited for it.
Jerome Baker joining us here now of the Seattle Seahawks as you go to a young team that has got a haul for Russell Wilson. You got a lot of great young players here and more draft picks to come from that haul. What's the vibe out there? I mean, it's a good young team. Gino running the show. What's the vibe?
I just gonna be real with you. I haven't been out there to really meet the team just yet. We start up, in April, but just the feel from the coaching staff, they know what they have as far as draft picks and young guys, and just similar to the last team I was on, the foundation is there. The foundation of players that they want to build on is there. Now it's just getting more pieces and putting it all together. But you can just definitely just look at what they're trying to do, and you can see that they're moving in the right direction. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to show my knowledge and my talents and just help them get to that next level.
All right, couple of quick questions for you here. Nastiest offensive lineman you've ever played against? Call them out.
The nastiest, when you say nasty,
nasty good and nasty bad.
Oh man. I think one of the coolest players, when it comes to like offensive lineman, Taylor Decker. I played him when he was at Ohio State. We always practiced against him. But just on the field, that was like I played him a few years ago. But he was just smart. He knew what he had to do. The angles he took, to be a big guy, he moved very well. I feel like he was probably one of the, I always give credit when credit is due. And he just got the job done. He did it in a way where it's like, I don't care that I know you. I don't care who you are. I'm going to do what I have to do, and I'm going to tell you about it. So I definitely say going up against him was pretty cool. And just to have the history of, he saw me when I was a freshman in college. Now that, I'm older in the NFL, he still don't care. He's still that nasty old line. He gets it done.
All right. Running back you don't want to see in space. Who's that guy that you're going to be out in space with him one-on-one, you want no part of? I know you don't fear anybody, but you're like, that guy's tough.
In space, I mean, it's so many guys in space that it's hard, but I can give off a quick three.
Okay.
Barkley, you don't want to see in Saquon in space at all. Christian McCaffrey, you don't want to see him in space. And I'll switch it up. When it comes to space, Jeez. I like guys that has size and that can,
Yeah.
that can also juke you out your shoes. So those are guys that this is gonna be a tough one today.
Yeah.
But those two right there, them is the two that's tough for sure.
All right. Last one. Who gave you the biggest thump where you just went, damn, he got me.
We played Nick Chubb, probably a few years ago in Cleveland, and I'm thinking he don't see me, he's gonna feel this. Like this is a clean
right.
And he knows how to really center his gravity and get small on you.
Yeah.
And I was just running full speed. I'm thinking he's not gonna see this. He's gonna feel all of this. And the last minute he got so low, and I hit him it was a good hit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, like his shoulder pads got straight in my chest. It was like, ooh, like this is a tackle, but this one hurt a little bit. But I definitely say Chubb. His center of gravity, his strength is nothing like it.
All right. One more. What's the best thump you've ever given? Who'd you give it to the best? Where you heard him go, oh? Do you remember your best hit?
My best hit, I say, I had a good one against Joe Mixon. He had like a toss. It was in Cincinnati a few years ago. He had like a toss, and in reality, he did have space. Like the blocks were there, everything. I just came from across the field, and he didn't really see that. Like he didn't see me just run across the field. And when I hit him, it kind of hurt me too in a way. But I can tell that I think his mindset was it's time for me to run and get out of here.
Yeah.
And I hit him instantly as soon as he got to that feeling. And once we both landed, it was like, that was a good one. I don't know if it was like more because they hurt him or he was like, that was a good one because I was supposed to get out of there and score on that one. But I say that one from coming across the field, that was a good hit.
Well, Jerome, listen, thanks for taking some time with us. We appreciate you being part of Hydrate Heroes. They're now our presenting sponsor on the show, so I guess that means you're going to have to come on and give us your expertise on the NFL from time to time. We look forward to that. Thank you, buddy.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerome Baker right there, equity partner in Hydrate Heroes, and good dude. I love those questions because, you hear so many of those. The players will say certain names like, I didn't think he was going to come with Nick Chubb, but yeah.
No, or Joe Mixon, right? Like that he laid a hit on. So, you think it'd be somebody in the division when he was in Miami, so somebody with the Jets or the Patriots or something, the guys that you see more often. But that was pretty interesting. Hey, do you care if I address a couple of questions here that I was getting asked while you were off the air?
No, please do. Please do.
We
haven't had our commenters in here yet.
Yeah, first of all, Lonnie, Tim, thoughts on the Rangers banner? It looked like one of those flags for $30 at Dick's. Well, I'll do you one better. It looked like one of the ones that I order here for our network on bannerbuzz.com. That's not even $30. That was the most Rangers thing ever to do, I think. Not only is it, have you seen the banner, JP? The World Series banner?
No, I have not.
So it's literally just, it looks like something they went and bought at Walmart. I mean, it's not even your traditional up and down banner. It looks like a flag, and it's just a white background with World Series champions 2023 in the middle of it. And they couldn't even unfurl it right. It got hung up as they were trying to unfurl it. It never did look good. So yeah, it was an embarrassment, Lonnie. I thought I wasn't a fan of that. And then also from Rick, Tim, if JP goes down again, please tell us what you had last week at your barbecue lunch meeting.
There you go.
I was running late, so Norm and the lovely Mary ordered for me, and I just said, man, give me some I like the moist and the barky brisket, so I like it with lots of bark and lots of fat, right, instead of the lean stuff. I got that. I got their jalapeno sausage. I got a huge tub. Yes, it was a tub of macaroni and cheese and fried okra. Drank my sweet tea. And, of course, we're talking shop and talking about maybe going to the Super Bowl and having a By the way, JP, we may have Fanstream Sports may have a table on Radio Row in New Orleans next year for the Super Bowl.
All right, I'm in.
We expect
Let's
you
go.
to be there because Norm wants to broadcast, and if Norm wants to do it, we can't say no, right?
That's right.
So we also had, of
I
course,
think we got Hydrate Heroes is going to be our sponsor for the Super Bowl in New Orleans next year. Because the guy, this guy, the CEO, by the way, is from New Orleans. So not only we have a sponsor, but we also have somebody that's going to take us to those restaurants off the beaten path.
Yeah, that's my hometown as well. I was born just about an hour south of there, so I mean it's kind of claiming
born there
it.
Too. Yeah.
Tell him I'm from Homa.
The whole band together.
I'm from Homa. Like he'll know where Homa is.
Yeah. He said that's not New Orleans. That's
Homa. But nobody's ever heard of Homa unless you're there, so I have to say New Orleans. So yeah, we had all of the peach cobbler, we had all of the banana pudding, and all the Jello stuff they had for desserts, Rick. So I hope that satisfies your. So he's on board with it.
It was also this one too. He said Orioles owners showed up opening day buying everybody a beer at the bar. Stu shows up with his hat in hand asking for handouts. That's our owner. Telling us how uncomfortable it is.
That must be a Baltimore/DC thing, because when Josh Harris was announced as the owner of the Commanders, the first thing he did was drive to a bar, whatever their flagship radio station is there in DC. They were doing a live remote at a bar. Josh Harris drove to the bar and bought everybody in the bar a round of beers in celebration of him being the owner, right? So that's just badass.
Yeah, that's why, if I was rich, I wouldn't be very rich for long, because I'd be doing stuff like that every day.
Yeah.
No, Rick says no meat sweats, diabetic shock.
Oh no, I was down for the count after we left there for sure.
Lonnie says, hell yeah, Tim, the hell with brisket. This isn't thick slice with bark and fat.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I love the bark and the fat, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, that gives it the flavor.
Yeah, that's where all the flavor is.
Oh man, Ashley, she sees that fat, like she won't even eat the fat on the chicken, the little white stuff.
Yeah.
I got to take all that off before I got to take all that off before I fry up the chicken fingers.
We all can't have bikini bodies. I get it.
Exactly. That's why she looks the way she does, and we look the way we do. What else do we have from our great folks? Rick asks, how did you get on base? Did you really go through the body cavity search twice? Second opinion. I asked for it 3 times. So
you asked for the body cavity search.
Joking. You got to take advantage when you can.
Right. Usually you got to pay for that.
John Scavs, that's a very mediocre looking new St. Pete Stadium, an airport hangar. It does look like an airport hangar. I mean, by the way, the inside renderings look cool. The outside's awful. It's just awful. It's nothing like what they proposed in Ybor City. So yeah,
I mean, we're not real proud of our stadium here in Arlington that the Rangers play, and the inside's great. The outside looks like a grill. Looks like a barbecue grill.
Yeah, that's not the most aesthetically pleasing from the outside.
No.
Rick says, Comrade Stu will never let the negative comments make it to the paper. Well, actually, I was surprised. He used the words huge hurdles like 3 times. That we got some huge hurdles to get over. Well, that doesn't necessarily sound like it's a slam dunk, right? Huge hurdles doesn't slam dunk, right? So I think he understands that, and this is why they're trying to ram it through. Get the numbers in publicly in late April and then take a vote in May and keep it as secret as they can the whole time. That's been there. And I expect that from Stu. I don't expect that from the mayor and, the city council. I think the city council really has been bitching and moaning to get all the numbers for quite some time. But, the mayor's office and the way the Rays want this, they do one-on-one meetings with the politicians so they keep it out of the sunshine law. And that's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. On the field, though, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. We at the top we did, but Zach Eflin gets roughed up. Their ace, and the guy that won 16 games last year. I think the Rays were 23-5 with him on the mound. It's only one game. You never want to get too excited or too low about the first game, but that's what I expect from this team. I expect a team that's going to struggle offensively without Josh Lowe and Wander Franco in there. That's going to look more like the offense we saw in the playoffs than we saw in the regular season. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but it seems like an offense right now that you could pitch around the danger spots, and I think that's what Barrios did yesterday. It just looked kind of listless, and maybe Cash probably should have. Well, he definitely should have taken Eflin out after 5, but he was pitching so well. You want to see him maybe try to get through 6 and not tax the bullpen. But it's early on. Go get him.
He got through the first round of the order with untouched, right? It was pretty clean. I don't think he allowed a hit until the home run.
First and second was really clean, and then third time through, 450 feet later, Vlad Guerrero's shot. Holy moly, that thing!
Talk about it.
I don't think
Has there ever been another Major League Baseball team that was comprised of more sons of former Major League Baseball players than the Blue Jays?
I don't think so. They got Biggio, Vlad, and
who's the other one?
The shortstop, Bichette. Bo Bichette.
Yeah, Bichette. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Hey, and you see the same thing. Starks was talking about that as well. All the sons of the guys he played with. Cole Anthony and all these other guys that are out now playing in the NBA and the big leagues. Very interesting stuff. All right,
that'll age you real quick right there when you start seeing sons of guys that you played with or rooted for.
Indeed.
That are your age. That'll age you real quick.
All right, let's take one more break. When we come back on the other side, we'll get to some Bolts notes, a little bit more on the tournament, and whatever Tim wants to talk about from yesterday. So quick break here. We're live at the MacDill Air Force Base. A shout out to all our other sponsors here today. I don't want to forget about them as we celebrate our partnership with Hydrate Heroes, the Jeeves Law Group, Bay Area Modern Medical Center, Italiano Insurance, the Gold and Diamond Source, the Geddes Gordon Real Estate Group, American Mortgage Services, and Synovus Banks. Thank to all of them. And Extravaganza Productions. Don't want to forget about them. One of our old sponsors that is back. If you're looking to do any event, large or small, big production, small production, they are the folks. Extravaganzaproductions.com. Stay with us.
Everyone knows Italiano Insurance is your go-to for home insurance, but they also have an amazing team that focuses on business insurance. Yes, your business is most likely your biggest asset, so make sure you have the right coverage at the most competitive price. And if you started a side hustle recently, don't forget you need business insurance, because if you get sued in this over-litigious society we live in, you could lose all your personal wealth. So get that business insurance. And for the best customer service, always choose Italiano. My representative, Charity, is amazing. I called her late on a Friday because my insurance was going to lapse. She stayed late until the job was done. You just don't find that anymore. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. That's 813-877-7799. Italiano Insurance. Start the new year with a new diamond from the Gold and Diamond Source. It's still engagement season. Where better to get that special ring than the Gold and Diamond Source? Of course, I just got mine there. I'm engaged. You should do the same thing. Let's go. Gold and Diamond Source has the largest selection of engagement rings in the country. A literal jewelry superstore with 30 times the inventory of any normal jeweler. And if you have a loved one or a special person in your life who has a birthday this month, maybe you have an anniversary coming up, you can get 15% off the January birthstone, which is garnet, as in garnet and gold for all your Seminoles. Celebrate that mythical national championship. And it's the Gold and Diamond Source's 40th anniversary. For the past 40 years, they have taken pride in offering only natural diamonds formed over billions of years from the Earth's incredible forces. And gold prices are at an all-time high. Now's your chance to turn your jewelry box into a cash machine. It's the perfect time to trade in your broken or unworn pieces for something new and stunning. It's the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves. Call for a free case evaluation, 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. We're local, we're trusted. The law firm brings over 80 years of combined legal experience focusing on clients in Tampa Bay, the state of Florida, and national class action cases. If you're injured, get that free case evaluation, no cost to you. The Jeeves Law Group's focus is on auto, truck, and motorcycle accidents, as well as class action and consumer protection law. Scott Jeeves is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. You hear him on the show all the time. Great guy, big Gator fan, and great for the community. The Jeeves Law Group is a highly skilled team with years of experience that will apply their skills, expertise, and knowledge to assist individuals who have been in an accident with compensation for damages, lost wages, medical expenses, pain and suffering, and property damage. Get that free case evaluation, 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we wrap it up here at MacDill Air Force Base. What a gorgeous day out here. The crowds are growing, and we're announcing our new presenting sponsor. There he is, Michael Gardner. There he is. So you've been walking around?
Yeah, actually, John and I took a little stroll and got to go on one of the cargo planes, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you look at it. First thing I said is, "Where's the restroom?" it's
hanging out the window.
It's nothing but a shell. But it's just I have so much respect for our military and what they do. And man, we live in a great country. And again, everybody out there that you can be part of the solution or part of the problem. And I just very committed to what we're doing with Hydrate Heroes and supporting our military and having you part of that. It just it inspires me even more. Just walking around here, meeting the soldiers, and man, it's like I'm proud to be American.
Well, and so many of them when they retire or even while they're still in, they need help. Financially, the pay is certainly not what it should be, and the homeless veteran problem is terrible. I mean, the money we're giving away to everybody else, and we're not taking care of our own, means you and me and everybody else has to step up and do it because our government certainly is not. So this is important, and we giving away 15% of the sales is important and helps these people that desperately need our help.
It's very meaningful, and for us, it's not a one-time sale. It's every time somebody buys, we're giving 15%. And again, this isn't just a gimmick for us. This is something we're passionate about as a company. There's a lot of people that talk about doing things and giving back to the military, and the money never gets to the military. So us working with these foundations and our commitment level, we have over 130 years of military service on our board of advisors. So we have 2-star generals. We have, like I said, I'm so passionate about this. And the only thing, I have a little thing. I tried to get in the Air Force. I wanted to fly the jet. I thought it'd be cool. They told me I should try the Army.
It's just
after I took the test. So, it is what it is. So, but, fast forward, I did fly in an L-39 jet, and what an experience. And I'm just proud to be American. Our mission is #SOS, support our service members, because that's what it takes.
Well, now that you mentioned it, I want to shout out to Christian McLeod, my good buddy, Drew McLeod, who owns Sliders and Savor up in Tallahassee, 2 great restaurants up in Tallahassee. My dear friend, his son, and I've seen Christian grow up since he was just a little boy, and now he's a grown-ass man. Nice. And he is the epitome of a soldier, and I guess I should say an airman. And he pilots B-52s.
Nice,
nice. And he is on the very front line of our frontline defense. And so we thank him. And I've kind of witnessed what he's gone through, the training, the intense training, and what he has to do and the sacrifices that he has to make. And all of these folks in the military service have to make. It's incredible. It's incredible what they do.
JP, here's something that a lot of people, when you have an active or veteran that served, it's not just that person, it's the whole family that's affected. It's not just the one person. So when you look at, a lot, like you said, cause marketing, so many good foundations out there. When you look at the suicides, it's 22 suicides per day. And for me, one of the things that blew me away is, I came from an obese family. I saw my own family struggle with obesity, and that was my passion, to help fight obesity. Training the professional athletes was cool, but again, fighting obesity, that's my calling. Promoting health and wellness, and that's what drives me every day to get up and make a positive impact. But when you really look at the military, the number one issue in the military right now, and why we line up so well with this, is obesity. That's one of the biggest concerns right now with the military is obesity, because the kids coming in from high school can't qualify. So they're so obese they can't qualify. The second leading cause, and this leads into a big announcement on the JP Peterson show.
Here we
big
go.
announcement.
Here we go.
Everybody tune in. Listen up. The second leading cause of concern for the military is food insecurity. And this blew me away. I never knew that. Food insecurity. A large portion of our military, active military, are on food stamps. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable.
So, when you look at eat healthy,
and we're giving
drink healthy,
$2,000 away to our new friends.
It's crazy. So, again, a month. And for us, we have a big announcement. Here it is. You ready? Drum roll. All right, that's pretty good. We are launching at Lowe's.
Oh, that's right. You're going to Lowe's. Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend is our official launch date. We're super, super excited. And again, they're a big contributor to the military, and it just lines up. Food insecurity. Muggsy, he was on earlier.
Yep.
His foundation. He's the first NBA spokesperson for Lowe's home team. Nice. So Dak Prescott is part of that, but Muggsy's the first NBA player. So it ties into, his foundation supports food insecurity. So everything just lined up. So Memorial Day weekend, giving back. We're launching here in Florida, North Carolina. We're super excited in Georgia. Those are the 3 markets that we're going to launch in. Just definitely support us, because it's not us that you're just supporting. You're supporting our military and our country. And again, make America proud and be a positive impact, and really focus on these kids and give these kids direction, because so many kids are lost right now. And, social media and everything else going on in the world and the climate and all this, like we need inspiration. We need to be a light of hope. And, again, inspire these kids to be the best that they can be.
Well, and part of that goes when we talk about obesity in kids, a lot of it is because of the high sugar drinks. I mean, the Gatorades and all these things, you're looking at 200 calories per 16 ounce, 150, 180, whatever it is. This is 5 calories.
Yeah.
And it tastes better. It tastes better. It's better for you. And so if you're, if your mom out there or dad, you just go in, I'll get a Gatorade. I like the taste of it. You can't do that anymore.
You know what? And know what I tell people? Don't be neurotic. It's balance. It's balance. But when you look at obesity, the second leading cause of preventable death in this country is obesity. Health, weight-related disease, hypertension, diabetes, all these things. So again, it's like, driving your car, you change the oil, man. You got to take care of your body. And that, to me, like I said, it's not about being neurotic. It's small changes. It's lifestyle changes. And we have another big announcement. JP is going to go plant-based for 30 days. And so we're going to track him for 30 days.
Laughing over here.
His fiance's over here laughing. But, hey.
All right, as soon as I get rid of all the red meat in the fridge.
No. See, that's where most people miss it. They say something.
I got 3 ribeyes.
Wait. There's 3 types of people in this world. Do you know what they are?
I'm about to find out.
You're about to find out. Those who watch things happen, those who wonder what happened, and those who make it happen. So today, JP's going to make it happen. And you know what? You could donate to a food bank or something that need. It's like, I'm not going to put you on the spot or anything, but
send all your beef my way, JP.
3 days, watch the transformation.
The ribeyes going on the grill as a last weekend celebration.
Last weekend.
And then we'll go plant-based.
Now, do we need to put that in writing?
Bite of freedom.
This is a verbal contract that you just made.
We're just talking about brisket, man.
Verbal contract on air. Everybody heard it. The millions of followers that we're going to have after this show, because I'm manifesting that. We're going to have millions of followers, and they're going to watch you and your journey. 30-day journey. We're going to document it. You're going to put it on your Instagram. And we're going to document this and just watch the change. Like when I came up with this idea for Hydrate Heroes, it's a long story. I went plant-based, and man, my body just felt good. Energy, started losing weight. My body was responding. And long short of it, I'm like, man, nobody's doing a plant-based hydration drink. And I'm going to tell you one thing, and not to promote it, but I'm going to promote it. Watch Game Changers on Netflix. Because when I watch that, the science behind what we're doing and what we have, we're the first plant-based certified hydration drink with elderberry, zinc, vitamin D, almond fruit, no stimulants. Hydrate Heroes, beverage with benefits, 8 times the benefits with hydration. That's who we are.
Before we go, tell them how to get it. And you're getting We got a show special going on right now. $29.99 for 30-count beverage sticks, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Where's the website?
It's hydrateheroes.com. Hydrate spelled out HYDRATE.
HydrateHeroes.com.
That's it,
and
man.
get the sticks, and then you shake it
a
up
free
in this
shaker
nice bottle right
Actually,
here.
you get a free shaker bottle with purchase. And
There
on
you
top
go.
of that, free shipping.
And we're sending them to you,
But wait,
Tim.
there's more. No, I'm just joking.
There better not be. We're getting off there.
I posted it on X, JP. I posted it all on X and blasted it out. So,
all right, we got it all posted up. Well, Michael, thanks for having us
thank
out
you,
here,
brother.
man.
Appreciate the partnership and looking forward to it.
Thanks to John Starks, Muggsy Bogues, Jerome Baker, all the folks who joined us today. Thank you guys out there as well. Please go to hydrateheroes.com and pick up your beverage sticks and start drinking healthy instead of getting all that sugar.
Eat healthy, drink healthy, be healthy. What's your
Plant-based.
B? What's your B?
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you, Tim. Great job. We will see you on Monday. Go Bolts. Islanders tomorrow night. I'll be there at Amalie Arena. Come say hello.